Hey everyone, it's Ron Milligan with RE/MAX Select here, coming to you with the latest market update. This one is not our weekly updates that we see, what I typically give to you. This one is for the entirety of the month of January, and these are statistics that came from RMLS directly. These numbers will be a little bit different than what we see with our weekly numbers, because our weekly numbers are that informal survey that we draw from the entire metro area, including Washington. These numbers are just for the Oregon side of the Portland metro area. And we're not going to spend a huge amount of time on these because it really kind of encapsulates what we've already talked with our weekly updates last January. But it is kind of nice to see these numbers in a complete fashion. And compare them to the year before, to January the year before. So if you take a look at this graph here, this came from RMLS, the number of new listings, which is something that's more difficult for me to track. So it's nice to get this from the RMLS. The number of new listings that hit the market this January was 2307, and that was down 10.5% from January of 2021. So we saw fewer listings hit the market this year versus last year. And as a result of that, we also had fewer accepted offers. So the pending sales decreased 8.4% from January 21 to 22. And of course, if you have fewer properties to choose from, and we're kind of at what I feel like is a rock bottom number of potential listings to purchase, yeah, we're not going to see that many pending transactions and offers go under contract. The number of closed sales, however, was up ever so slightly. It was up a whopping 6 transactions. So you can see 1853 closed sales in January of this year versus last year, 1847. Not much, but I'll take it. The last thing here is the average sale price. So comparing January of this month to January of this year to January of last year, 586.6 this year versus 514.7. That's roughly a 14% increase this year versus last year. And the last figure here is the inventory in months. If you take a look at the graph over here, you can see that we're at 0.8 months of inventory versus December, so that's up from 0.6 months of inventory. That number is calculated by dividing the average number of sales over the last 12 months, the monthly average number of sales over the last 12 months into the number of active listings, and that's where we get this 0.8 months of inventory. So given no new listings at the current rate of sales, it would take 0.8 months, so 0.8 of a month to sell everything on the active market. If you look at the same month last year, we were at 1 month of inventory, and the year before we were at 2.2 months of inventory. And you know, in 2020, when we're looking at 2.2 months of inventory, that was extremely low. So it is still pretty telling that we have less inventory this year than we had last year. So those are the numbers for the Oregon side here. If you're curious about what's going on in Washington, just let me know. I have those figures as well. I'm happy to forward those on to you. And as I always say, all real estate is local. If you're curious about what's going on in your specific area, just reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to share what I have, what I know, and I'm happy to do a bit of research for you. All right, we'll talk to you soon.